hope you're doing well. In today's video, I have kind of a random compilation of items that I've received in gratis from work at Sephora. So I just wanted to take some time, have a chatty little get ready with y'all, and just kind of share some thoughts on some new releases, what I think is going to be really a big hit, what's also a big miss, because there are a few of those in this video, but really no other intent than that, just to kind of showcase some new products that Sephora has and give my thoughts on what I think is going to be a big hit, what might be a big miss, etc. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please keep on watching. But before that, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please make sure and do so. My name is Molly. This is my new YouTube channel, The Beauty of It All. I am a Sephora employee and a big time beauty lover. So again, if you haven't yet, please make sure and subscribe. But without further ado, let's jump right into things. We have got a lot of different categories to talk through. The first one that I already put on today was the Rare Beauty Fine Comfort Body Lotion. Now, I love this scent. The one critique I have is truly just of the packaging. It's just kind of hard to get it out. Like that was too much of an effort there. The actual scent is truly spa-like, and the lotion itself is really nice. It's not greasy. It dries down pretty well. I put it on after I showered just about an hour ago. It's completely dried. I can still feel the smoothness of it, but I don't feel greasy or sticky. But I do know that the scent was a little polarizing as the product came out, or the line rather. I have the Hair and Body Mist. Again, I love that so much. It's definitely more in like the earthy, woody category. So if that's not your vibe for the fragrances, you probably won't enjoy this, but I just feel like I'm at a spa when I put this on. So I'm a big fan of this. The other body care product that I have is, I believe, a newer just product in general to the market. This is the First Aid Beauty Whole Body Deodorant. I have not used like more of a body deodorant before. I don't know if this is like newer to the market or if this is a category of product that's been around for a while, but I have not tried this before. The scent is a fresh citrus, and I definitely agree with that. It's a really nice lightweight texture. It's, again, similar to a lotion. It's not greasy at all. I do very much like this, and I didn't know exactly when I got it how much I'd end up using it, because like I put deodorant on every day. But interestingly enough, it's really those days, like we all do this, right? Like the day before, you know, you need to shower, or like if you just don't have time to shower on a certain day, but you just want to feel refreshed, that's when I use this. And this can be used really like on your armpits and basically like any other private part of your body. I'll just say that. And then it can also be used on your feet as well. I really do like this on those days where like you know you're gonna shower later that night, but you just haven't had time to yet. It's a lifesaver, and I really do find myself reaching for this a little bit more than I thought, honestly, which is cool. Moving on to skincare, the first thing that I'm gonna start out with today is new from Drunk Elephant. This is their C Luma Hydra Bright Serum. It's just a vitamin C serum. I don't know where these crazy names come from. This is their newest serum that they've recently launched. From what I can gather, both from talking with the brand rep in store and from what Drunk Elephant has shared online, this is essentially just a gentler vitamin C serum than their alternative vitamin C. I believe it's their C Firma serum. You can see the texture of this one is more almost like a moisturizer. I really didn't love their original vitamin C serum. It's very tacky, and it just didn't necessarily lay the best under makeup for me personally. I do know a lot of people enjoy it, but I really didn't like the texture of it. But this one is very, like the product suggests, it feels very hydrating, almost like a moisturizer, honestly, but it's a gentle 10% vitamin C blend. So I would definitely recommend this for people who, if you've tried vitamin C and it's maybe been a little irritating, this would be a good one to check out, because it's meant to brighten the skin, but also to hydrate. I've only been using this for a couple of days now. It feels nice. I'm really loyal to my Paula's Choice vitamin C serum right now, but when I am done with that, I will be switching over probably to this one. I have one other that I've been testing a little bit, but not saying this is not something that I would enjoy, but I do tend to gravitate more towards products that have like a higher concentrate of vitamin C than this 10%. So I will eventually, I'm sure, use this up since I've got it, but it's not maybe the first vitamin C that I would gravitate towards, if that makes sense. The next product I'm going to go in with that's new to me is this Say Glowy Super Gel, specifically the shade Rose Glow. We all all know and love the Say Glowy Super Gel. It's gone viral for many reasons. This is obviously, as the name suggests, with the rose glow, gonna be more of a rosy shade. In full transparency, I don't really get the point of this release. You know, I don't know if they're trying to do something like Drunk Elephant did with their blush drops, but you can see like it, you know, it goes on rosy-ish. When you blend it in though, this completely just like loses any amount of color. So I don't quite know what the intent was. Like, it's a nice serum, it's good for skin prep. I think the thought of it was probably, you know, to use more as a blush, but I do not see any amount of color on my face from this. And so I would rather just gravitate towards the champagne color one. But I don't know, maybe if you are like an extreme minimalist with your makeup and you want just like a tiny highlight, this could be good, you know, for maybe a little more colored highlight. I don't particularly feel like this leaves any color on the skin. Does it feel nice? Sure. Is it a good, you know, prep for makeup? Definitely. But it's just kind of not giving too much for me personally. All right, last new skincare product that I have is the Dr. Dennis Gross sunscreen. This is their All Physical Ultimate Defense Sunscreen, SPF 50. Ironically, in my sunscreen video that I posted a little while back, I mentioned that this was a sunscreen I have used previously and really liked under makeup. So I was curious when I got this to check it out, try it again. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's a good sunscreen. It's, on me, very greasy, and like I'm not doing myself any favors by putting it on top of the Say Glowy Super Gel, but just to like show you guys. I like the consistency. It's quite, as you can see, it's a little liquidy. To feel like I get enough SPF protection, I put one pump for my face, one pump on my chin, and then just take that down to my neck. But it's just a little greasy. And it's interesting because it says on here that it is oil-free. Perhaps in the winter time it will be fine. It's just not one that I feel like is great under makeup, or I just have to powder the crap out of my face, which I will have to do today because this just like feels so slippery and greasy. I would not, if you are any amount of oily, I would not recommend this combo. If you're dry, this could be heaven for you, but I just like, where's the disco ball? Oh wait, it's me. So we're gonna have to do something about that later on. Again, like, it's a good sunscreen. It blends in pretty easily, but this just is like, I mean, need I say more? Like, it's a no-go for specifically under makeup. I don't have any new complexion products, so for today I'm just gonna go in with the Dior Backstage Concealer in the shade 2N, and then my Summer Friday Skin Tint also in the shade 2. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that concealer on, and then I'm gonna let that sit as usual for a bit. And then for skin tint, I'm just gonna go in with about that much. I'm just going to blend this out lightly. I literally can like feel the slipperiness of this as I'm blending it in with the brush. I also just dermaplaned this morning, which I don't know if that's doing me any favors because that's gonna make everything a little bit shinier. That's really smooth though. A little pimple there that I need to just kind of cover up a bit. Then while the concealer is setting, I'm just gonna go in with my Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium. I just posted my August monthly makeup video, and this is something that I'm really trying to work through. I can already tell like I'm making a good dent in it. Don't think I'm gonna finish it by the end of the month, which is okay because I love this product. But in an effort to keep using that up, I'm just gonna start stippling this into the cheeks and on the forehead. The more I get into this makeup look, I'm like, what products did I choose? Like, why am I doing this to my face? The new blush product that I have is the Haus Labs Color Fuse Glassy Blush Balm. This is in the shade Glassy Watermelon. Now, I do not mean to sound ungrateful at all. I got these products for free. I didn't have to pay for them. That's wonderful. This is definitely not the shade that I would have chosen for myself. But I do think, interestingly enough, I want to show in this video how the line is pretty flexible. So this is what the shade looks like. It's a beautiful color. It's never something that I would gravitate towards for myself, but I have found that when I put it on the back of my hand and then I just disperse it well into a brush, I can make it work. Now I use very little, but it's not as crazy as I maybe would have thought when I first opened it. Like, I really thought that this was gonna give clown, just straight up clown. And again, you know, it's maybe a shade that I think would work better on me in like the winter time. In the summer, I don't really find myself reaching for these colors of blush because I have some natural redness. I like peaches, maybe more pinks, but definitely not like reds. But it's interesting, right? Like we are making it work. And I don't think it's as bad as I maybe would have thought otherwise. Again, like it blends out really well. It does have a nice finish. And I have found that it dries down pretty well throughout the day. So it actually doesn't keep its glassiness too long throughout the day. Like the dry down is pretty good. So I like the product. The shade's a little iffy, but if you have been curious about these, I think that these are very similar to like the Merit Flush Balms, but they have a bit more staying power than the Merit ones. So if you like the Merit ones, but you feel like you're having to constantly reapply or it just doesn't last as long, I think this would be a good second option for you. Sealer has been sitting for a while. I'm just gonna go ahead and start tapping this in to blend it out. This will also like inevitably tone down a bit of the blush too. Just taking the excess over my nose. And then just to make sure there's no harsh lines, I am just gonna go in with the rest of the blush on that brush and just tap that in. I don't know if you can see on camera. In person, I can tell that this is actually drying down a bit. I think that it's a really good formula. It's very well pigmented. So again, not knocking the blush at all. Next up for brows, I've got them mostly done, but I am gonna be trying out the new Merit Tinted Brow Gel. This is the shade Dark Brown, and I don't know, personally, I have never been drawn to tinted brow gels because I just find them to be really messy. I think if you have darn near perfect brows and you just need a tiny bit of coverage or color and a light hold in place, they might work well for you. I have pretty sparse brows, so I tend to gravitate more towards powders or pens. This is what the wand looks like. I believe this comes in 4 colors, and I have used this maybe 2 to 3 times now. I hate to say it, but I don't love it. One, the color is just really dark. It's pulling more like a black brown on me. It's just not the right shade for me, which is okay. But 2, I don't find it to have the strongest hold. It's just okay. It's nothing revolutionary. Maybe if it were the right shade and I could feel like I could go in with more product, it might work. That could totally be me. But the shade, the hold, I'm not super impressed with. So for me, this was a no-go. If you're someone that has really full brows naturally and you just need a light hold and maybe a little tint throughout the day, it could work for you. So I'm just saying this is one that I probably won't be grabbing very often. Really quickly, I am just gonna toss on a liner and mascara. I'm using the Flower or Dual Eyeliner, and then I'm just gonna pop on a couple coats of the L'Oreal mascara, and I'll be right back. Mascara and eyeliner on. I'm gonna be going in with the Sephora collection. This is their Micro Smooth Powder. To be honest, I don't know if these are new. I purchased these for my makeup kit, but I really like them. They're a baked finishing powder and they have a tiny bit of luminosity, but it's very subtle. This is in the shade 25, Beige Light Yellow. So I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and start to set the face. This shine needs to get. Okay, that's better. This is not as intense of a powder as like a Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder. It doesn't have that much coverage, but it does just lightly set your makeup in place. I really like it. I think they're really pretty. I think they've got close to like 10 or 12 shades, which for a finishing powder is pretty good. So if you haven't yet, I would definitely recommend checking these out. I like these a lot. So moving on to lips, the first product I wanted to show you guys is the new NARS Explicit Lipstick. I have the shade Rendezvous. Now these are really beautiful. First of all, the packaging is awesome. You've got your nice magnetic cap here, very luxe. And in general, like it's weighty, it feels nice, etc., etc. I don't know why, but I have such a hard time with the price of these. These are $40 and like, It's a satin lipstick. It's very beautiful, but I just have a really hard time with that price point, knowing that like the Makeup by Mario satin lipsticks are beautiful and those are like $28. Like I know that these ones from NARS are refillable. I don't know who's actually going through a full lipstick unless it's the one that you use year round, but that's just not like, it's not gonna be me. But they are very beautiful. The shade again that I have is Rendezvous, and I'll just kind of show you here what they look like. Just gonna kind of line with the lipstick itself. Now this shade will be beautiful for fall. It's not one that I'm gonna keep on today. I'm gonna show you another one, but it's very pretty. That application was a little choppy, but hopefully you can tell, again, color's beautiful, definitely on me, like a fall winter shade. It actually doesn't go too bad with the blush. Like I'm not mad about that, but it's really deep for summer. So I'm gonna take this off. It's comfortable, don't get me wrong. I actually love the shade Liaison. I've put that on several times at work. I think that's a really beautiful, more like nude neutral one. I don't know, like $40 for a lipstick is a lot, but I'm gonna take this off and then I'll show you the other one I've got. The other new lip product I've got is the Ilia Hydrating Lip Crayon. This is in the shade Piazza. Now, I have talked about this briefly on my channel before. I also have the shade Pink Door in this lip crayon, and I like that one a lot better. This shade in particular is really bold. It's beautiful. It's a really bright orange. I literally will not be able to talk as I put this on because I have to be so precise with this. So let me get this on. We'll be right back. Today I'm just gonna like kind of smudge this out a little bit. I'm just gonna top it with a gloss. Like that, look at how much came off there. That's insane. These are pretty. I do like them. They are not hydrating. I've said that before. I don't think that they're hydrating at all. I think that's very misleading. But dry down's pretty good. I'm just gonna top it with my Huda Beauty Faux Filler in the clear shade. And I'm not even gonna put this directly on my lips because I know it's gonna stain the brush a lot. So I'm literally gonna just take some on my finger and tap it in. This shade Piazza is beautiful. It's just not very forgiving. Like if you are not incredibly precise with your lining, you're gonna notice. That's why I much prefer the shade Pink Door because it's a really light pink, and even if it moves throughout the day, it's really forgiving and you're not gonna notice it very much. The staying power of these is pretty good. I don't feel like they set down completely like a Makeup Forever lip liner or a Huda Beauty lip liner. Like those are not moving once they set, but it is nice that you can fill in your whole lip with this pretty easily. But this shade in particular, Piazza, is just, you gotta be careful, but it is really pretty, and I do like the color if you're going for more of a bold lip. All right, so done with the makeup and skin products for today. The one fragrance that I have to highlight is the Rosie by Rosie Jane. This is one that I received. I really like this scent. Now, I will say right off the bat, I am not a fragrance expert. I would not even say I'm like, you know, basic level knowledge literate with fragrances. But I'm trying to learn. But right now, like when someone comes into Sephora and is like, tell me about the newest fragrance, I'm like, here's my coworker that would love to talk to you about this. So I am trying to get more familiar, but this scent is really nice. And on the Sephora website, it says that the notes are rose, nude musk, and vanilla. It's in the warm and spicy family, but it's described as feeling like a scent of naked skin, which take that for what you will. This is definitely a fragrance that's just for you. Like it's not a scent that if you were to walk by someone wearing this, you would like turn and be like, oh my gosh, what are you wearing? It's not super potent, but it is a really nice, just like subtle scent. So from one non-fragrance girly to yourself, if you like more subtle scents, if you like more of those warm scents, this might be one worth checking out for what it's worth. The last product that I have to talk about today, I know I'm not gonna like already, and it's for a very specific reason, but I have the new Way hair oil. This is the new St. Bart's hair oil. I just don't like this scent, y'all. Like that's as simple as it gets. It's so coconutty. To me, it smells like sunscreen. We received the hair and body mist in gratis at Sephora and I gave it away. I'm gonna do the same with this. I know I am. But for the sake of this video, to at least tell you a little bit about the texture, how it feels in the hair, we're gonna try it out. So again, I've not used this before. I'm just gonna take one pump. Ooh, I don't know if you can see, it's a very runny hair oil, which I already don't like. I'm super loyal to the Kerastase hair oil right now because that's a thicker oil. This feels fine. It just feels a little reminiscent of the Gisou hair oil, which I did not like because it just felt really greasy and I never felt like it fully absorbed into my hair. You can see just like very first impressions putting this in. You know, it's adding a decent shine. I don't love the feel of it, but for me, what it really comes down to again is the scent, and I just don't like it. So for me, this is gonna be a no, but if you're obsessed with that, like summer in a bottle, you very well could enjoy this. So take my review with a grain of salt there, I'd say. All right, guys, that's everything I have new to me that I wanted to chat about with you today. There were definitely some standout products. Like, I think my #1 pick from this entire video is definitely this fragrance, the Rosie by Rosie Jane. Love that one. There were definitely some misses, I will be honest. For me, the two that stand out is just like really didn't live up to the hype. The Merit Tinted Brow Gel and then the Way Hair Oil. Not my favorite picks. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean it might not be great for you. So keep that in mind as well. I am super excited because next month is actually going to be the first month that I receive my first order of gratis. So all of these things that I've reviewed up until this point are things that I have been given at work, but I haven't ordered myself. So starting next month, the gratis items that I receive are going to be a little more personalized, hopefully a little better shade matches with some things. So I'm really excited for that. I definitely plan on doing a review with you guys on those as well. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. If you haven't yet, please make sure and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. But my name is Molly and thank you so much for joining me to talk about the beauty of it all. Bye everyone.